Hello and welcome back to Nunchuck, where today I'll be teaching you a few different basic figure 8 moves that you can use for nunchucks. Basic figure 8s are extremely important to know because although they may seem simple at first, you can later build off of them and add more moves to them in order to create more complex and more intricate spinning routines. Also, figure 8s are a great way of recovering from messed up moves because if you happen to mess up a move and are not soon enough in the position that you wanted to be in after that move, you can use the basic patterns of sustaining momentum through a figure 8 in order to bring the nunchuck to where you want to bring it for the next move in the sequence. So the first basic figure 8 that I'll be showing you today is the simplest of these figure 8s. To do this, start out by holding your nunchuck in a front grip where if you stick out your thumb, you'll be pointing to the chain part of the nunchuck, and bring both the nunchuck and the hand that you're holding it in to the side of your body upwards. This will be your starting position. So from this starting position that is slightly offset from your body and to the right, start off by bringing the nunchuck downwards and across your body to the opposite side like this. So with your nunchuck being held in the front grip off to the side of your body like this and slightly upwards, start by slowly swing your nunchuck around. But instead of just continuing to swing your nunchuck like that, allow the nunchuck to swing upwards, hit about 12 o'clock, and then bring the nunchuck that you are swinging down to your opposite waist, so it goes across your body downwards like this. So once again, from this slightly offset position from your body, start swinging your nunchuck slowly, and then when it hits 12 o'clock or the top, bring it down and across your body like this, so it goes the opposite waist. So you're going from this shoulder to the opposite waist. So when you're spinning your nunchuck on the bottom of the opposite side, remember to bring the nunchuck upwards before going down across your body so that you get that downward motion that goes to the opposite waist. So once again, start out by holding your nunchuck in a front grip slightly off-centered and upwards. Then from here, slowly start spinning your nunchuck, and once it hits 12 o'clock or pointing straight upwards, bring it down and across your body to the opposite side. Then from down here, start slowly spinning your nunchuck, and then once it hits 12 o'clock yet again, bring it down and slash it down across your body to the opposite waist. So once you've brought your nunchuck back to the same side in which you started it, start slowly spinning your nunchuck again, and when it hits the topmost point, bring it down to the other waist. And then try to immediately go back into the spins on that side, so that when it hits the topmost point, you can go right back to this side. So it is pretty much just a repetitive cycle of spinning, bringing it across, spinning, bringing it across, and continuing to spin in between. Then to turn it into an actual figure 8, try removing some of the spins, so you go directly from each side to each side. In order to do this more simply in the beginning, try really tracing the nunchuck around and making big motions so that you're able to keep up with the pace at which the nunchuck is going. Once you get the hang of controlling your nunchucks while making these big motions that are swinging across your body, try condensing your figure 8 so that it is a lot tighter and spins a lot faster. This is what this first figure 8 looks like in slow motion. So after you've learned this first basic figure 8, you will be able to attempt other figure 8s. The other figure 8s that you may learn in addition to your first most basic figure 8 will be much easier to learn because you've already learned how to gain control over one form of figure 8. So this next figure 8 is almost the exact same thing except you're doing it in reverse. So instead of slashing downwards, you're slashing upwards. This is a very important figure 8 to know because many moves and spinning routines do not just go downwards, but might also have moves that go upwards, so this is a very convenient figure 8 to know. So for this figure 8, start in the same position as you would for the last figure 8, except slightly downwards like this, so you're at the waist. Then from here, bring it upwards and to your opposite shoulder. Allow the nunchuck to rotate on this side and drop downwards to that waist, and then bring it upwards to this shoulder so that you have it up and are allowed to rotate, so you can bring it upwards again, and the pattern continues that way. So if you've learned the last figure 8, you should simply be able to begin by tracing the nunchuck around in the pattern that strikes upwards instead of downwards this time. As you gradually become more and more comfortable with this, you can speed up this one too, so that it is at the same speed of the last one. The final figure 8 that I'll be showing you today is the simplest version of the backgrip figure 8. So in order to start this move, start out in a backgrip where if you stick out your thumb like this, you're pointing to the end of the nunchuck and not the chain. So from here, begin to trace the pattern that was described in the first figure 8 around, but except this time you're doing it in a back grip instead of in a front grip. My favorite move that involves the figure 8 is the ultimate figure 8. In this you are doing repeated wrist rolls in order to create quite an interesting continuous move. So if you know your wrist rolls and you know your figure eights, don't forget to check out my video that is either linked up here or in the video description in order to learn this quite interesting move. So I hope that you learned something today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials coming in the future, and go check out some of the other tutorials that I have on my channel.